Tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your professional background?
Professional background, insurance advisor, been in sales for what, close to 12 years now.
What's been your like motivation for wanting to actually make passive income?
Everything's expensive, especially when you have a family. Trying to just focus and rely on one income can really be disadvantageous when things kind of slow down or we have a pandemic or whatever happens, or maybe if you're just like in a slump. Because I am in pretty much like 1099 commissions. Knowing that I have like an extra year of income coming in to kind of fall back and give me that cushion definitely helps.
Yeah.
And hopefully I want that to not just be like the cushion, but to be like my treasure chest, my war chest, so I can tap into that if need be for side stuff, business stuff, family stuff, whatever the case may be.
Love it. What have you tried before in terms of trying to make passive income?
I think the thing that I probably tried the most, that's even though it's not passive, is actually trading myself. Even though that's not technically passive, it's definitely a lot harder. But I've looked into stuff. I've looked into an Amazon business. I've tried to take a look at drop shipping, but drop shipping seems to just be very, very technical and a lot of moving parts to it. And my brain functions with the simple stuff more so than the super duper complicated. So I've taken a look at a few different things, but I always knew like it was going to be some aspect of investing
Yeah.
in some way, whether long-term investing with stock market or maybe finding a forex fund, which I happened to find you guys because I was looking. I was like, damn, where's the place I could throw some money into and it could just grow?
Yeah.
And I mean, God led me to you guys, so that's awesome.
And that's what I was gonna say. How did you actually hear about us? What was there like an ad or like a video that piqued your
Yeah,
interest?
man, your face kept popping up on my YouTubes, my IGs, my Facebooks. Talk about algorithm. For some reason, yours seemed like the most relatable
Yeah.
to me. So I said, why not? Let me just click on and see what could it hurt? And then I don't know. Here we are now.
Yeah.
History made.
Yeah, right, 100%. And so you saw the ad or you saw some videos and then you were like, oh, this is interesting. Just before joining ATN, were you like skeptical?
I wouldn't say skeptical because when I usually am skeptical, I don't really go through with it. I feel like, nah, I feel like this is the thing. I'll do it. Now, even if I fail at the thing, at least I'll like firm in my decision. I stand on it.
Yeah.
So after that first initial consultation call,
Mhm.
I was like, okay. I was like, this could be it right here. My main takeaway is like, shoot, man, if I could have something like this where I could grow like a nice passive income to where this can start paying some bills. This can start helping me kind of maneuver through like that entrepreneurial space. And this could be like the thing to kind of help propel me to a little bit of a new socioeconomic ladder for me, my kids, my significant other, and the people that depend on me as well. So it would move me not to do it. So I'm one of those dive right in, see,
Yeah.
see if I drown type people. And for the most part, I usually swim. Sometimes I drown. I'm swimming. It's
Yeah.
doggy paddle. I'm swimming.
Understood. Understood. And is that ultimately what made you join ATN? Like, because of thinking of all the possibilities?
Yeah, the possibilities of good to me anyway, how I felt and I thought it seemed like it outweighed the possibilities of bad.
Yeah.
And I know there's different companies that do similar to what you do. There's some scammers out there, but I don't know. You guys seem real wholesome. You guys definitely seem genuine. And after watching like I don't know so many testimonials, I think I watched like at least 20 of them. I was like, I don't know that the same feeling has become like a motif now. It just seems genuine across the board. So
How was the setup with Julio? Like, how's the support been to this point?
Julio's awesome. When I finally got to speak with him, and when I was able to finally fund everything, and that initial setup was like bing bang boom, and we just stayed connected. He checks on me here and there, and I definitely appreciate that. Very translucent, very down to earth guy. Somebody you need as far as like a go to person when you're dealing with stuff like this, as far as like a customer success manager. So
Yeah,
shout
100%.
out to him.
How's the ongoing communication been after the setup?
It was good. I had a couple of questions like after. Sometimes you don't have you when they say, "Hey, do you have any questions?" and you're like, no, because nothing kind of comes up. And then as soon as the call ends, like 5 more questions pop up. So it's sort of like that. But whatever question I had, I was able to WhatsApp him, hey, Julio, wondering about this. And could you tell me what the number for this is again? He was able to kind of pretty much like troubleshoot and help me like all throughout the board. So definitely appreciate him for that.
What makes ATN a little bit different than what you've either felt from other companies or experienced?
I would say that the thing that makes you guys different is that you guys are reachable. I want to say tangible, but if like there's a concern or if I'm apprehensive or maybe there's some slight anxiety about something, I can always just ask a question because closed mouth don't get fed. So
Yeah.
ask, hey, what's going on with this and what are we doing here? And there's always like, hey, this is what's happening. Hey, we're doing this now. And
Yeah.
that creates a sense of confidence and reassurance that, okay, I did choose the right people. So I definitely appreciate that as well.
How quickly did you start making passive income with this option?
Let's see, like a day or two later, I saw like some growth. I was like, oh, okay, so it's growing. All right. This is not pull.
Oh,
It's not
thank
okay.
God.
I was like, Christ, thank God. And then within a week, then I started like it was pretty much like a steady increase. Like because I wouldn't check it like every day, but I would check it every few days.
Yeah. So where would you rank ATN compared to maybe some of the other things that you've either thought about or have like wanted to do yourself?
Believe it or not, have this pretty much run on autopilot for you. It gives you huge sense of like security, not just financially, but just mentally. It's running on autopilot. All you have to do is check it. And if you feel like, hey, it's not growing enough, you can either, hey, is there a higher count? Can I throw in more money? And pretty much I've asked those questions. You guys have said it's pretty much a little bit more of your control of how much you want it to grow, how and the speed of how you like it to grow. So
Yeah.
to me, that's awesome.
100%. And that kind of goes into the next question, which was like, how passive has it been after the onboarding process?
Super passive. I don't have to do anything. I'm working. I'm not doing too much of like overseeing it or like the inter stuff of like, oh, I gotta check this, gotta input that. It's none of that. It's just like I check, I'm like, okay, this is a growth for that. Cool, no problem. And just creating like maybe a future plan of like what you want it to grow to and how much more money you'd like it to see it before you maybe invest more or stuff like that. So that the ability to just have the control of it and the growth of it is a beautiful thing.
100%. And what are some of the goals that you want to achieve with passive income? What do you have in mind?
Well, the number one goal, I think the number one goal that probably supersedes or blankets all of them is to when I have enough money to where I don't have to think about that. Not have to worry about, oh man, my pile is running low. Because you can have a pile of money or you can have a river of money. And I feel like this is gonna become a river. So that's ultimately my goal. Not just for myself, but like my mom, my dad, my sisters, my brother. So I just want to be able to kind of just not just support my dreams, but help them with theirs too. So
I love it. I love it. And how likely would you be to recommend us?
oh, very likely. Only the serious though. The proof is in the pudding.
Mhm.
So I want to show and prove. Like I want to grow it to a point where I'm like, oh, okay, hey guys, this is what I've been doing. Boom. There's a few people on my list that I want to get into just because something like this is too important not to share.
100%. And why should, maybe somebody who may resonate with some of the things that you're saying, why should someone listening actually take action on what they're hearing?
Fear is always going to be like that final hurdle that kind of prevents a lot of people from leaping over and stepping into that unknown of victory and prosperity and longevity. The greatest things are on the opposite side of fear. So don't let the fear stop you from getting what you want and living the life that you want and providing the stuff that you want for your family. You probably have seen a bunch of videos if they're that uncertain. You probably have spoken to that initial person a few times. You probably asked like a bunch of questions. You probably did your Google fact checks and your reviews, but none of that is really gonna be as visceral as you diving in and experiencing face first. And once you do, you realize that these people actually give a damn. They're actually very reachable. They're actually super relatable. And you want people like that in your corner if you're gonna be on a journey of investing and growing wealth and stuff like that. You could go alone, you could go fast and go alone, or you can go super duper far and just go
Yeah.
together.
Those were the questions that I had. I appreciate the honest feedback.
Wow, sounds good, man. Appreciate it.